and to prioritize the addressing of these issues?
First of all, thank you very much, and kudos to the previous speakers. They made very valuable points. So I want to share a very personal story in relation to this question to inspire maybe a girl or a young woman in this room to take action, because it gets better when you show up and you speak up. So I grew up in a very deprived community in Ghana, Crawford. And growing up, I witnessed firsthand the adverse impacts of harmful traditional norms, poverty, and lack of guidance on the lives of girls and women. And this particular realization became my driving force to take action. So in 2017, when I was done with college, I was posted to a rural community to teach, to work as a teacher. There I realized it was time for me to take action, because I observed the girls would go through so many challenges that would obstruct their access to quality education. So this inspired me to start my nonprofit organization, Erudite Foundation, with a mission of supporting girls and young women in very deprived or marginalized communities. We provide them resources to support them to make informed decisions in every aspect of their lives. Now we have some key projects that we are doing to make sure we are able to achieve our goals. So the very one I would want to highlight on will be the She Leads project and then the project I Menstruate. So the She Leads project targets girls and young women between ages 12 to 24, where we create interventions to promote their leadership and inclusion in decision-making spaces, starting right from the home, because that is the basis for building a girl up for leadership. Then the project administrates tackling their access to menstrual products and education, so that we are able to keep them in school to help them complete their education. Now, what I've realized about these interventions, or the way forward, the recommendations from what we've been doing so far will be, first, to tackle issues on social and cultural norms. We have deep-rooted beliefs in many of our African countries that we are not willing to let go of. It's so beautiful when we hear us talking about laws, frameworks, policies, but how meaningful are they to these grassroots people? Getting to them and engaging them in very, very basic words that they would understand, so that they appreciate their role in helping to achieve these goals that we are talking about. Then the next one will be to build the competencies of the girls and young women we are advocating for. Because if we don't prepare you for the future, you are not able to deliver. So we need to make sure that their capacities are strengthened enough so that when they are given the opportunities, they are able to show up and show up well. That way, it creates an opportunity for another girl to be given a role to play. Then the very last one, I will highlight on our institutional domains, where we have political institutions being able to create enabling environment for girls and young women to be safe in there, to add their voices and to be heeded too. Because sometimes we see them inviting girls and young women to represent just for the sake of saying that we have included them, but when they get there, they don't get the opportunity to add their voices to these discussions, which for me is the most important thing. It's not just about being at the table, but offering value when you are at the table. So I believe when we are able to address these key areas or issues, that way we pave way for our achievements of gender equality and also working to achieve the 12 critical areas of the Beijing platform for declaration and action. Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least,